Warning. The Dragon Between podcast may contain language and adult humor that is unsuitable for those 13 years and younger. Viewer discretion is advised.
Greetings, I am Samael the Reaper, and you're listening to the Dragon Between podcast, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign set in the Eberron pulp fantasy setting by Keith Baker. New episodes are recorded every Sunday and released on the following week. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel for clips and future episodes. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for updates and news on the podcast. Thanks for listening, and remember, I'm watching you.
When we last met, the Kaiju Squad, licking their wounds, crawling away from the flooded chamber after defeating the Ropers, suddenly found themselves in the presence of two individuals who were having a battle not too far away from where they were. The group chose sides, deciding to assist the gentleman with a mangled, scarred face on one side, and discovered that he was in fact Amrik Vanthampur, the son of one of the Storm Lords of Stormreach. And Amrik explained that his brothers and his mother had been conspiring to potentially drag the city of Stormreach down into the coterminous realm of Shavaroth, the battleground. And Amrik also claimed that the Obsidian City was in fact dragged down into Shavaroth, and that Stormreach would suffer the same fate if his family was not stopped. Amrik then rewarded the group for assisting him by allowing them to take the treasure, which was tucked away in that little alcove where they dragged their bodies after the fight with the Ropers. The group finished up after defeating the Acolyte of the Bleak, destroying him, and saying farewell to Amrik, headed upstairs with their ill-gained loot, and found themselves face to face just outside of the bathhouse with a group of Talons of Tiamat, loyal followers of the Overlord Tiamat. These individuals noticed that the group were carrying treasure that appeared to be the actual property of their Overlord patron, and a battle ensued, which ended with all of the Talons being defeated and killed outright. The group then made their way away from the bathhouse and decided to return to the tavern of Molu's distillery and attempt to lay low for a while and heal their wounds. It was at that point the group, over the course of the day, discovered that their contact from before checked in on them, and just to find out if indeed the rumors were true about the bathhouse. The group then decided to rest for the head out into the city and attempt to take their treasure to the Kundarak Bank and attempt to open an account and swap out their smaller coin for larger coin, reducing their burden, and also exchange out the other gemstones which they had acquired. The group also put out some feelers into the city to attempt to find out a person who would purchase the spell books that they had discovered down in the tunnels beneath the bathhouse. The group then headed back to the tavern and, resting for the evening, found themselves in the morning refreshed and ready to tackle the day and find out the potential whether or not they could sell these books, and found themselves in the market square in the presence of the gentleman named Willow that they had met within Molu's distillery. Willow then pointed the group towards a gentleman staying at the tavern known as the Low Lantern, explaining that of all the individuals that he'd reached out to offer these spell books for sale, that only one individual had taken interest in it. So the group then headed down to the harbor towards an old, aging, three-masted merchant ship, which had been permanently docked at the side of the harbor, called the Low Lantern. And as the group arrived, they realized that the individual who was interested in the spellbooks was indeed the brother of Mortluck Vanthampur, called Amrik Vanthampur. In the early morning hours, the sounds of the docks and the harbor around you, the sounds of the gulls and individuals milling about just outside the outskirts of the city and the edge of the harbor. They're in the wee hours of Sul, the 8th day of Eberron. The characters now find themselves gathered just outside of the entrance to this ship-turned tavern. Noticing a few birds here and there, the early morning mist creeping off of the water and wafting over the edge of the docks.
Scorch is going to walk onto the ship.
Okay. As you head onto the ship, you see the same thing, that fog that obscured the low lantern, and the low lantern has 3 sets of tall masts, and there's rigging, but there are no sails. And it appears to be physically anchored to the wharf by these thick chains. And there's a wood staircase that climbs up from the edge of the wharf onto the main deck.
Horn turns to Fathom. You realize this is a trap, right?
Maybe.
But I like fight, so I'm okay with it.
Yes, this is most definitely a trap. That doesn't mean everyone in there is going to be in on it.
Horn draws a sword. I'll kill them all. Right, Fathom?
You walk in there with a sword drawn, you're liable to start a fight.
The conversation between your companions is every once in a while broken by the sound of 2 very loud crows that are perched up on the masts and the rigging. And of course you can hear the occasional gull as they swoop in from the harbor towards the wharf.
So, no sword?
No, not yet.
Horn puts it away. Okay, if you say so. But, they'll get the draw on us first.
It's nothing we can't handle. Don't be so scared, Horn.
Scorch is gonna.
Sorry.
Scorch is gonna. Yeah. Scorch is gonna look at those 2. You said that they're giant crows, or like they just like oversized, or
no, they're just your standard crows. Like there's crows and then there's ravens. Ravens are like much bigger than your standard crow.
okay, so they're not like abnormally larger than usual. They're just,
they're standard sized birdie.
all right. Then Scorch is going to ignore the crows and go into the tavern.
Okay. There at the rear, the rear section, the front section of the ships, you see twin sets of stairs that head up towards those sections of the ship, and the only other feature on the deck, besides a lot of dead seagulls, which are mostly towards the front of the ship. My nautical terms notwithstanding, I apologize. There's a single set of stairs that descend down, apparently, into the ship, towards the rear of the ship. Right next to one of those twin sets of stairs. Port side. Thank you, Horn.
Horn follows Scorch.
So you said you're you were looking for an entrance and you wanted to descend down the stairs?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Are the rest of you following?
Yes.
All right. So, what's the current party layout? We've got Horn is following Scorched and then Fathom.
Yes. I'm the third in group.
I'm in back.
Okay, I'll say...
In front of her will be Alistair.
All right, Alistair will sandwich himself in between. He's...
You don't want to ride on my shoulder, Twinkle?
I will ride on his shoulder.
Interesting point of order. That's actually not possible. Unfortunately,
right.
Scorch is not big enough. Can't carry. No, you know what? You're right. I think you can actually carry her on your shoulder. Let's see. How big are you? What's your carry capacity, Scorch?
My maximum carrying capacity is 210 pounds, and lift, push, and drag is 420 pounds.
Gotcha.
And my current is 63 pounds.
And how much does Twinkle weigh?
I am not sure.
I'm assuming it's less than 100 pounds.
I am also assuming it is less than 100 pounds. I'm only like 2 feet tall.
Horn can carry you. I can carry 300
pounds.
And 600 lift, push, and drag.
600 pound. I'm just looking at your character sheet, Rachel, and I notice your alignment just says T T T T T T T T T.
I have no clue where that is.
I don't know either.
Twinkle.
Trying to delete them, and it's like the T's are endless.
Well, I see it. Hold on.
I'm trying to delete them, and it's just like... Alright, okay. So I will say that, yes, you can carry Twinkle. However, because she is a size smaller than you, I'll say that she can ride on your shoulder.
Alright, so I'll add 1 Twinkle to my inventory.
Alright, you have 1 Twinkle in your inventory. Okay. Alright, so one by one, you walk down the staircase from the top deck into the low lantern. And as you look around, you see that there is several tables with individuals who appear to be gambling. You see an individual is seated at the bar, and the bartender appears to be some sort of birdman. He looks like a bipedal crow man, and he's currently cleaning a tankard. And there's a really thick looking individual who is folded his arms. He almost looks like a half ogre, and he's just sort of stares at you all as you walk in and nods his head.
So who has the spell books right now?
I believe they're in their party loot.
Twinkle, do you want to go gamble?
Sure.
Scorch is gonna take Twinkle over to the table where they're gambling, and he's going to take 2 seats.
Okay. And as you all begin to meander into the tap room, there's a woman who is seated at the end of the bar who says, "Well met, travelers! Aha! My name is Laralaw Thundrith, but my folks just call me the captain. If you're thirsting for a beverage or looking to gamble, you've come to the right place. But you watch your step. Things can get pretty messy around here. Ha ha ha!"
Horn likes messes. And he looks at Fathom, gives him that look.
What do you mean? What kind of messes?
Nothing.
And you guys wanted to sit down at the tables and see about getting in on the games?
Yes.
Okay.
Nah, I'm gonna stand back and watch everybody.
All right.
Horn stands awkwardly over Scorch's shoulder as he sits down, just staring at him.
Well, they looks like most of these tables are playing some sort of game with a set of bone dice. They appear to be a 6-sided set of dice. There's like 3 of them.
By the way, Jeremy, I'm gonna change my plans.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk around the table and see what everybody's up to, and see if I can't help Scorch cheat at this game, because I can communicate with him quite.
Sure. Also, at the set, besides, like when you first walked down the stairs, there was a door to the rear of the ship. Appears to be a private area, and other than the bar and the tables full of folks who are gambling, there are, and of course the 2 masts that are supporting the ceiling and the floor. You see another set of stairs that seem to go down. That's almost dead center at the middle of this section of the deck. And there's another thick, muscular individual who is standing near that set of stairs. All right, so who's gambling?
Scorch is gonna gamble. Are you gonna gamble, Twinkle?
I'm gonna watch him over my shoulder because I can't read.
Okay.
I will cheat.
Horn yells out, "No one cheats, my friend!" And he taps Scorch on the shoulder, staring aggressively at everyone else.
Okay.
What's the pot?
Well, you can play if you want. The rules are as follows. Each player will put in the agreed ante in the pot. You each roll 3 dice, and then play proceeds clockwise around the table, the host going last. And on your turn, you can choose to stand or roll. If you stand, the next player can take a turn. A player who rolls, take an additional die and rolls it. If the total of your dice exceeds 21, you bust out. You're out of the game. Otherwise, you can keep rolling additional dice until that you stand or break. So it's kind of like playing blackjack, but with dice.
All right.
Sounds fun.
So what's the ante right now?
So at the table you're at, there are 2 people at the table. There is a gruff-looking, cross-eyed, dark-skinned dwarf. It's probably the sort of like a dirty, gray-colored skin. Strangest looking dwarf you've ever seen. And you see a human who is also pretty filthy. He's wearing pretty loose clothing, and he's also hammered. You can tell he's hammered because he's currently pouring his drink. He dropped one of his dice into his drink and had to pour his drink out on the table to get it. And the gruff-looking dwarf just sort of, "Hey, no clankers at my table."
Why do you? Just because you think that we're gonna take all your money?
The clankers always cheat.
I'm gonna whisper.
Cogs and wheels in their head, ain't got no brains.
He hears a voice in his head that says, "So does your wife."
Who said that?
And
And he just watches. He just punches the nearest person next to him, which just so happens to be the drunk human male, and the guy just gets laid out on the floor, and everyone just sort of erupts and cheers all around you. And the big muscular man near the staircase, which is at the center of the deck, wanders over and grabs the guy by one of his ankles and starts pulling him out. Says, "Oh, I'll take care of this, Larrelol."
Scorched. He thinks you're a calculator.
And the gentleman looks at you now and says, Fine. Looks like I don't have any other takers, any challengers. What about you, little one? You want to play? And he gestures now to you, Twinkle.
No, I can't read.
Can you count?
I can try. 1, 2, 5. No, wait.
Oh.
4. Clear. Red. Fire truck.
Hey, he just sort of looks at you for a moment, cocks his head to the side like he's trying to talk to a dog. And he looks back to you, Scorch, and he says, You're playing?
I'm playing. Scorch is going to take a seat. He's going to take out, we'll say 50 gold pieces.
And I'm casting magic on the table.
You're casting what?
Magic. I want to check this table out.
Just on the table?
No, well, I mean, I can see everything with it within 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, there's magic coming from the Everbright lanterns, which are illuminating. There's appears to be magic coming from the thick, muscular individual who has now returned after chucking that individual wherever he tossed him. Has returned to standing next to the staircase. And there's a couple of individuals around you that you get hints of magic coming off of them. The table itself, not so much.
What about the guy that's challenging Scorch directly?
Oh, that guy? He's got a little bit of magic coming off of him. Like, appears to be coming off of the pick, the little pick that he's got slung on his side.
Can I lean into that guy who was picking on Scorch?
Lean into him? What would you like to do?
like look slowly by his ear and says, "You know what I do to racists?"
And he turns around and he grabs your face and he pushes you away from his... Get away from me, cow! And as he does, like all the folks at like the tables around you now are standing up at their tables and chairs are being pushed back, and this guy is getting in your face and he looks like he's getting ready to pull his pick out. And as he starts to do that, you just hear the woman who was seated at the end of the bar saying, calm down, if you'll need to take that shit outside if you're gonna start to fight it here.
I'm gonna send a message over to Horn. He ain't got nothing good on him. Let it slide.
Horn looks at the man. All right, puny, go back to your table and lose. And he walks over to Scorch.
He had started to pull his pick from his side. He rests his hand, takes his hand off of the handle, turns around and goes back and sits down at the table that Scorch is seated at. And another individual now, a bit of a skinnier looking individual wearing spectacles, and he now sits down. He's a halfling, and it takes him a moment, but he's able to pull himself up onto the stool. He's almost practically standing on the stool to reach onto the table. And he goes, all right, let's get going. Come on. I ain't got all day.
All right. Scorch is going to turn to the halfling. This is a current ante is 50 gold pieces.
And the dwarven individual now, he has his cup full of dice and he slams it on the table and he says, I'm starting the ante.
What's your ante?
100 gold pieces. Fork it over or get the hell away from my table.
Scorch will pull out 50 more gold pieces.
Okay. So you put it in the skinny halfling. You're just like, ooh, it's a little bit early to be forking out that much coin all at once. Fine. And he puts down 100 gold into the center of the table and grabs a cup with dice and throws them inside of the cup. And the dwarf is now staring at you, sort of one eyebrow cocked, looking at you. What are the rest of the group doing during this time while they're getting ready to start their round?
Watching intently.
Okay. Alistair is sort of leaning against the eastern wall underneath one of the Everbright lanterns and just sort of like scanning the room, looking around the room. All right, everyone agrees to the ante. Starting clockwise, the dwarf shakes his cup violently in his hands and chucks it on the table, looks at the number, and he goes, roll. And he looks at you, Scorch. Go ahead and roll 3d6.
I'm gonna roll.
All right. Oh no, I'm sorry. I got that totally wrong. He will stand. If you want to roll, you can go ahead and roll again. So roll into
Oh no, I think he has to roll again. He
sure.
clearly wants to roll.
All right. He'll roll an additional die. Okay. Cool. All right. He's got yeah, he's going to stand with what he got. Go ahead and roll, Scorched.
All right, I'm gonna roll again.
All right, you're at 14. You're at 20 now. 21 is
stand.
You're gonna stand. All right. Who would like to roll for the halfling?
I will.
Oh, go for it. Roll 3d6. Would you like to stand or roll?
Roll.
Okay. Oh no, you only roll one dice.
Oh.
Let's just do that again. So 11, and do another d6.
All right, so you're at 17 now, which is funny because you just rolled a 17. Are you rolling? You're continuing to roll?
Yeah, 17's not good enough.
Okay, well, you busted. The
that poor halfling.
the halfling just like, fuck. Well, it's all right. It's all right. It's still early. It's still early. Good luck, gentlemen. So the back to the dwarf looks at you, Scorched, and he says, "What you got, Claker?"
I got 20.
Well, I have 20 as well. Seems as we are in an impasse.
So we have two options. We can either go another round, just you and me, or we can split the pot.
Splitting the pot is for pussies. I'm gonna roll.
Well said, dwarf. Well said.
I was backing away from a fight.
He rolls a 3. So that's 300 gold to Scorched.
Is that including my gold, or is that everyone else's gold?
That's everyone's gold together. So that your gold and their gold, that's 300 gold total to you. And one of the other men from one of the other tables that wasn't playing, just kind of lurking, just comes over and goes, "Yay!" And he claps his hand on your back a few times.
Scorch is going to look at the dwarf and say, "You ready to go for another round?"
Fine, fucker. And he says, 200 gold. And he slams 200 gold down on the table.
All right, I'll match his bet with 200 gold.
Okay. The halfling says, "You two are insane. I'm out." And he gets up from the table and walks away. And the dwarf looks at you, Scorch, and says, "Well?"
I'm matching 200 gold.
Oh, you're matching? All right. He grabs his... Since he started last time, why don't you go ahead and start this time?
All right.
I'm going to maneuver behind the dwarf so I can see what he has.
Okay.
I'm going to roll again.
Gonna roll again? Go ahead.
All right, one more time.
All right.
All right, I'm going to hold.
You're gonna stand? All right. He rolls his 3 dice into the cup, cupping his hand over it, looking around. I'm gonna roll.
Do I see what he's getting?
He's rolled pretty darn high. From where you're standing, it looks like he's 2 points away from 21. And he looks at you and he says, I'll fucking do it again.
I will whisper into his head with my inner voice and just a voice in the back of his head that says only pussies hold.
And he rolls that fourth dice. He looks up at you, Clanker, and he says, fortune favors the bold. And he busts. Fuck! And he gets up from the table and doesn't flip the table, but he lifts it up and then lets it drop down, the legs clanking on the floor. And he says, fine, fucking take it. Laral, your place is rigged. And he starts heading out towards the exit. And it says, Laral, the woman sitting at the end of the bar who asked for you all to call her captain, says, Grimboot, you sore loser, you come in here every other day and you lose thousands of gold and you think it's rigged. You shit at rolling. You should stand when you should and not keep going, you dumbass.
As he's walking away, he hears a voice say, if you were a full-size man, you could have flipped the table.
And he is gone, but you just hear sort of a grumbling and stomping as he is stomping up and out from the tap room up towards the top deck. The table is now empty. No one has taken it. The halfling man, he is off somewhere. Folks are still just sort of milling about, still playing dice. And you can hear the sound of more patrons from below you echoing up from that staircase, which is smack dab in the center of this part of the ship.
I'm going to go see the muscular guy blocking the entrance downstairs.
Oh, he's not blocking it. He's just sort of leaning against the wall. Like
I'm going to walk over to him.
Like there's a short wall that's around the staircase going down. It seems to be there simply to keep drunks from falling over and breaking their neck and falling down the stairs.
Okay.
And he looks at you and he says, what do you want?
What are the requirements to go downstairs and play, or do I have to stay up here?
And he looks at you and he says, you got business downstairs?
I might. I'm in the market to get rid of a few spell books. I heard somebody over here could help me out.
It's just a lounge. Anyone can go down.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to head on down.
Okay. Are you going down by yourself?
Yeah, nobody follows me. I must shoot them all a psychic message to tell them I'm headed downstairs to check things out.
Alistair, upon hearing that, he had wandered over to the bar and bought himself a drink, and he downs it in one go and starts following after you.
Scorch is going to take 30 gold pieces, place them on the table, and buy drinks for everyone in the bar before going downstairs.
Okay. It takes a moment for that to process, but you just hear, yay! As all the people on this part of the deck now are cheering.
Best clinker I've ever seen.
One will follow as well.
Okay. So as you all begin heading down this central staircase down, you see more tables, you see more individuals seated around playing games. Some are just drinking and laughing, conversing. There's another L-shaped bar with yet another Birdman perched behind the bar, who is doling out and serving drinks to folks seated at the bar. And you can see there's a couple of plush couches with people that are sort of relaxed, smoking out of some strange pipe-like hookah device on one table. And then there's a table towards the rear of the ship, or the rear of this part of the deck, and you can see an older gentleman wearing long robes, the long gray beard, and another gentleman who is currently wearing some dark clothing, and he has sort of a black hair which is parted in the middle, and he's got a mustache and goatee, and he's currently leaning over and talking to this gentleman who is in the the robe getup. And you can see a couple more of the thick individuals. There's a single individual who is standing near another set of stairs that appear to go down, which is close to the bar, separate from the set of stairs that you all just descended down into.
Well, I was going to look for somebody to buy these spell books, but seeing that hookah, I'm intrigued, and I'm going that way.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
I will stand and quietly follow him.
Okay. Right across from the bar, you see a heavy-set man who is holding onto this long metal tube with this tubing that extends out from it and goes towards this lamp-like structure. And you can see an ember which is glowing. It gets brighter as he puffs on it.
Greetings, what you got there?
Oh, only the best, my friend. Tell me, have you ever had Dream Lily?
No, but I intend to fix that. What do I need to do?
And he says, yeah. And you can see now that as he is puffing it, there's sort of like an iridescent glowing liquid in a chamber which is bubbling from the heat of this ember. And when the gentleman is standing there, you can see that there's a bit of blood on his tunic, and he's got like a torn open section of the tunic which you can see a large wound, and each time he takes a puff from it, you can see that the wound starts to glow a bit, gives off an iridescent quality, and it's slowly knitting itself back together.
Oh, I need some of this.
And he says, "Please, sit down, my friend. There's plenty."
Nice. I'm going to go ahead and hit that.
Okay.
Hard.
All right. You feel completely relaxed. The moment whatever this substance is, enters into your body, it's like a wave that passes over you.
Is there a chair or couch or anything nearby?
Yeah, there's an overstuffed chair, sort of like a love seat almost, that's right next to this little table where it's located. What are the rest of the group doing while you're smoking Dream Lily?
Scorch is going to keep an eye out and see if you can see anyone who's watching them.
Okay. Make a perception check, Scorch. So for the next 8 hours, Fathom, you feel as though nothing can hurt you.
Nothing can hurt me.
And you can operate normally while you have 0 to -4 hit points. Basically, it gives you a boon, which I'll add to your character, of 4 temporary hit points.
Nice. Is there anywhere I can buy this stuff?
You're asking him that?
Oh, yeah.
Also, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. One of the side effects of using the substances, you can only take a single action each round while you're under the influence. So for the next 8 hours, you can't take bonus actions.
So no reactions or bonus actions, just one action.
Correct.
Or if I use one, it would take up the entire action.
Basically.
Okay.
But you get temporary hit points, 4 of them.
And also, I get to be under the influence of this stuff, which is awesome.
Yep.
Does he hook me up with any?
Well, he's just kind of he's pretty much out of it, drifting in and out of consciousness. Like he had already hit it before you got down here for a few times, and now he's just kind of, his head's lolling over, and he's lifting his head back up every so often, you think like he might be on the verge of passing out.
You said it's called Dream Lily?
It is called Dream Lily. It is a
I've
very
notated that. I
addictive
can buy some
substance.
drugs later.
I'll tell you what. Make a history check. We'll see how much you would know. Actually, poor Fathom wouldn't know anything about Dream Lily. I would say that I would say that Fathom would know that this is a psychoactive substance. This is some sort of an opiate. Just
That's
based
why
on
Fathom came over here.
Yeah, this is essentially it's an opiate of some sort. You wouldn't really know much more than that.
The party members don't know, but Fathom is quite the drug connoisseur.
All right. So, I apologize. I did not see your roll, Scorched. You rolled an 11.
Yes.
Okay. Looking around, you see the various individuals, not unlike the folks that you saw upstairs. People wearing robes, some wearing traveling cloaks, seated at tables, talking. You see the big bird man who's standing behind the counter, who is mimicking the other patrons as he's taking their orders and responding to drink requests. You see the folk, the thug who's there, and then you see the gentleman with the parted hair down the middle, the mustache and goatee, on his armchair. You see a little creature standing, sort of perched there.
What kind of creature is it?
Well, from where you're standing, it looks like... It sort of looks like a bird. From first glance, but it's like a mixture of a bird and a lizard. And it has spines growing all out of it, up its arms. Instead of feathers, it has spines. And its wings are like almost bat-like and tattered looking. And this thing is also carrying some sort of what looks to be like a trident. And it's every so often you see it sort of spinning the trident. You can see the three trines of the trident spinning as it's sitting there just sort of restlessly looking around the room. Its eyes sort of glowing sort of like an amber glow. And it looks like this.
And that's Scorch is going to approach the man with the creature.
Okay.
So,
and you can see that he's having a conversation with this this gentleman, and I will share a picture of what this person looks like. He's sort of casually holding an ornate dagger in his hand as he's talking and gesturing with it. And you watch as he just sort of laughs. That is glorious. And for a moment, he doesn't notice you. Then he turns and looks in your direction. He says, "Well, hello there. What can I do for you, my metallic friend?"
Yes. I couldn't help but notice your interesting creature that's sitting beside you. May I ask what it is?
Of course, you may ask. And he continues to look at you. There's sort of like a sly grin on his face. And a few beats go by, and he says, "As I said, you can certainly ask. Doesn't mean that I will answer you."
Will you answer me?
Fine. I'll play along. Apparently you've never encountered a spine devil before. This is Kashara. Kashara has been with me for quite some time. And you watch as he reaches up with his free hand, not holding the dagger, and just sort of scratches the side of its head. And you can see the spines along it, the nape of its neck running down its back sort of stick up and sort of shift and bristle.
A spine devil. Never thing.
Yes.
So, where did you come across it?
Oh, I think I picked that up in the market in Salona a few years back. Well, tell me, what can I do for you? I apologize for being so rude. What's your name, my friend?
My name is Scorched. And may I get your name?
Well, of course. My name is Amrik. Amrik Vanthampur.
And what business brings you to this tavern, if I may ask?
Oh, this is sort of this aft section of the deck is a bit of a personal office, if you will. I dabble in business, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. On occasion, I will lend money to those down on their luck who are poor bastards who spend all of their coin at the tables here.
Then perhaps you might be able to help me out. We're actually here to sell some spell books if you might be interested in looking at them.
Spell books, you say? And do you have them with you?
Yes, I do.
Well, by all means, produce them. Let me check them out. I might be able to work something out. It's funny. Someone just the other day was asking if I was interested in purchasing some spellbooks and said they were sending someone my way. You wouldn't happen to be that individual, would you?
I know we asked a halfling named Willow. Is that the person that you might have be talking about?
Oh, of course I know of Willow. I believe that was Willow that sent a missive my way and said that a group of individuals were interested in letting go of some spell books. They hadn't found a buyer for it. But I could certainly take a look at them and see if I am interested in taking them off your hands. And during this time, you can see now that the gentleman with the long gray beard, he's been just sort of like, after Amrik finished speaking to him, he's just sort of been stroking his beard and regarding you, leaning back in this overstuffed couch. And during this... Sorry. I was going to say, during this time, what are the rest of the party doing?
I'm watching Scorch talk to a man and a spiny devil and wondering exactly how strong this stuff is.
Okay.
Horn is in the corner watching this, waiting for Fathom's signal.
When you say in the corner, where exactly are you talking about?
Like his back's not back against his back's against the wall.
Your back is against
all around.
Well,
him.
There's several walls in this place, so you'll have to be a bit more specific.
I don't know what the room layout or anything, but
well, I think that it's like a 30-foot wide and many feet long like deck of a ship, which has been converted into like a tap room. So this is like the lounge deck of the tavern. So you've got tables that are close to the edges of the walls around towards the front part of this section. You've got the set of stairs that you all came down. You've got the L-shaped bar, which is up against the eastern wall. And towards the northern wall, which is where Scorch is located, standing in front of the overstuffed couches towards the back where this gentleman is. And then Fathom is directly across from the bar at the western wall, seated in a couch, currently getting high as balls.
Can I be by the west side wall?
Sure.
Back against the wall.
Do you want to be like close to Fathom?
Close, yeah. But
okay.
Watching him smoke.
You're watching him smoke.
You've got to hit this, Horn. This is good stuff.
Horn, no drugs.
And what about Twinkle? What is Twinkle doing?
I think Twinkle will be sizing up that spine devil while sitting on my shoulder.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I'll say that you're over there. You're staring, Twinkle. The man with the sort of like thin, very well-kept beard is regarding you. And he looks to you, Scorch, and says, "It's very cute. Have you taught it tricks?"
Kind of interesting for you to say that. She can fit a rather impressive amount of objects in her mouth.
Very interesting. Kashara knows a few tricks. Very, very fast.
And what kind of tricks does Kashar know?
Oh, little this, little that. Kashara is known to snatch an eyeball out of a rowdy individual from time to time if they're annoying me or one of the other patrons here. Can do so without being so much as one spine touched by that individual. Before you know it, back here right next to me, resting on the couch. But why don't we get back to the reason why you're here? You said you had a set of books that you wished to show me.
Yes, is there someplace more private where we can talk?
Oh, private? Well, there are cabins at the very bottom of the ship. But I don't believe that they are currently available, and I highly doubt that Leralaw will allow us to use her private chambers, so I think this is private enough, wouldn't you agree? And he turns and looks at the gentleman, the older gentleman who's stroking his beard, and he just sort of nods and says, What do you say, my warforged friend? I must say you have a very interesting patina. I've not seen a warforged the colored of yourself. Seemed like you've seen some battle as of late.
You don't even know the half of it. I've hardly been in this realm for... It's like 2 days now, and I'm already getting in trouble.
I hear you, my friend. So, the books. Produce them, please. Let me take a look at them.
Yeah, so Scorch is gonna pull out the books. Let's see.
Okay. I believe they are in the party's inventory, if I'm not mistaken, unless somebody took them out.
Yes, there's the black, the red one, and the umber one.
Okay. And you hand them all over to him?
Yes.
Okay. So he reaches out with his free hand, and one by one he takes the books from you, and he looks at them, and he looks at the spines, and he inspects the cover, and he holds them up, and he looks at the edges, the filigreed edges of the paper, and he sort of opens each one of them up and flipping through them and going, yes, very nice, very fine indeed. Say, where did you say that you found these? I'm curious.
Where'd we find them? Oh, we found them buried in some chest somewhere.
Oh?
Can't exactly remember which one.
Curious. You know, books made of leather, black leather, and whatnot. Fairly common, you know, folks like to bind their items in black or red leather. Sometimes just your standard fare of a cow's hide. But the third book, it's very interesting. Umber-colored spellbook covers.
What do you mean by interesting?
Well, it's interesting because, well, as you can see, and he opens up the cover of the book, and you can see now that there's a seal. It's sort of like a mithril seal on the lower right-hand corner of the first page of the book. You see, my friend, that is the official house seal of the Vanthampur family. And I gave this book as a gift to someone.
Horn, can you hear this?
Make a perception check.
Spell time!
And as he says that, the spines on the back of the spine devil sort of like bristle and just sort of rattle a little bit. I would say that from where you're standing on it, you hear the sound. You hear this gentleman say, "Books and Vanthampur." There's a lot of sound. There's a lot of people in this part of the deck chit-chatting. There's like sort of like a din within this place. Is the sound of like the sort of mixed sounds mixing together.
Okay.
Before Horn does anything, Scorch is going to say, well, it looks like we found your book. Perhaps you would offer us a reward for returning it to you then.
A reward, you say? I thought you were here to sell them. But apparently, my friend, you're dealing in stolen property.
And we're returning the property.
Returning, yes, but when you are the actual perpetrator of the theft...
Where's your proof?
Where's my proof? My friend, you and your friends broke into my family bathhouse the other day. Killed a whole score of individuals. And then were seen leaving the bathhouse with treasure chests. Or banded chests, presumably with treasure in them. Bodies were found scattered amongst the tunnels underneath the bathhouse, the storage areas. Not to mention the piles of bodies that were left in the courtyard, which of course we had to speak to the local authorities and quiet down the populace. So now you must understand that when I say that you come to me to bring these books back to me after finding them, you can understand how ridiculous that statement is. Scorched, was it?
Yes, my name is Scorched.
Very well, Scorched. Thank you for returning the books. And one other thing.
And that is?
Where are the rest of your miscreants? Are they all here now? And he's just sort of looking around, scanning the room. And as he does so, the sound within the deck, within this level of the deck, starts to get a little lower. And you hear it's almost dead silent now on this level. And all of the individuals within this tavern, this part of the lounge, who are seated at the tables, playing, talking amongst themselves, are now looking directly towards the aft section of this level of the ship, looking in your direction. Except for your companions, who are not looking that way. Well, not all of them, at least.
Noticing what's going on, I'm going to look as well, like I'm just surprised to see them as everybody else.
Okay. And
I will wave back.
Amrik turns and looks now towards the gentleman seated next to him and says, Grimble, what do you have to say for yourself? What do you think should be done about this situation? Should we turn them over to the local authorities?
We are the authorities.
You say that? You are the authorities?
We are the authorities.
And Amrik says, he laughs out. Please, don't make me laugh. And he again turns and looks at the gentleman wearing the robes, and the older gentleman now stands up, and he holds his hands out in front of him, Scorched. You notice that the hands look strange. Like they're backwards. And he sort of kneads his fingers together and looks at you and smiles. And he says, well, I think we should kill them all. Boys!
I want to cast a spell.
And then suddenly, several individuals all begin standing up from the tables, all on this level of the ship, and begin drawing weapons. Let's roll for initiative.
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to stand up and draw my darts and look at the menacing.
I'll keep the 16. I have advantage on initiative with my shield. I forgot to click the advantage. I rolled twice.
Okay.
Put the 16 in there. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, 16. Yeah. I like my new shield.
You have to do that every
Sexy.
round because the new initiative doesn't take the advantage into account.
Alright. Everybody roll their initiative. I'll roll Alistair. Okay, let's see. So it looks like it's Alistair's turn. So Alistair sees all these individuals around on the ship, and I will go ahead and share a map with you guys. Alistair will pull out his quarterstaff, and he is going to ready in action, waiting for his companions to act. He doesn't understand really what's going on. And on Kashara's turn, Kashara is going to rush towards Twinkle. And with her tiny little trying little fork is going to attempt to stab her. And Twinkle, you watch as this little strange small creature rushes towards your face and attempts to stab you in the eye with its little fork. And it does 2 piercing damage to you as it jabs you. It doesn't quite pluck your eye out of your head, but it sticks you right in the corner of your eye. Ah! It then attempts to bite you. And it does so, biting you on your face as it flies up, inflicting 5 slashing damage as its pointy teeth now are slashing into your face. And one of the bouncers now, he's not reacting to you all, but he's just sort of pulls a mace out, and he's holding it at the ready and sort of staring around at the rest of you. And an individual, see that one of the tables now is rushing across the deck and gets close to Alistair. Alistair just sort of instinctively lashes out with his quarterstaff. And whacks the person wearing the dark cloak. There's so many people on this ship. The other cloaked individual, one of the other cloaked individuals, watching one of his companions being attacked, rushes towards Alistair and pulls out a dagger, attempting to stab Alistair, but misses. And Amrik now, standing at attention.
I have a 17. Or no, 16, sorry. Yeah. It says I have a 5.
You have a 5?
No, I remember I have advantage.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to have a 16.
Okay, so you have a 16. I'll fix that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just noticed I had a 5, but
okay.
Yeah,
he's still going. He's still going before you.
I have no deck, so
no worries.
But I just saw it was 5. Sorry, Jeremy.
That's okay. So Amrik steps forth, his dagger in his hand, just sort of twirling it, and he's going to attempt to stab at you with it, scorched. His first attack missing, and so does his second attack. As the second attack sort of glances off of your arm, not causing any damage.
Scorch is gonna say, "Don't make me laugh."
Okay. Another one of the Nightblades now is going to begin running towards the rear of the ship. And would you like to attack him as he gets close to, or tries to break out of your threat range, Horn? It's moving his full movement towards the back of the ship. Hello, Horn. Are you there?
Yes, I want to attack him.
Okay, go for it.
Sorry, that for some reason didn't move. Alright. The Nightblade 3.
Yes.
I want to... Okay, I'm gonna cast a spell, because I have Warcaster.
Okay. Well, I don't believe that's how that works.
Warcaster lets me cast a spell on attack of opportunities.
Okay. What would you like
that's
to
what I was
cast?
trying to check.
Sure.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
All right, go for it. That's a success, unfortunately. I don't believe that does anything to him.
Nope, it doesn't.
And he rushes past.
Alright.
Your very inebriated companion seated in the chair watches this guy in a cloak rushes past towards the back of the ship. And it's your turn, Horn.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Go for it.
What do you think it is? Spirit Guardians!
Okay.
Radiant damage. This 15-foot radius around Horn. Do we have the spell token? Where do I find the spell tokens? Oh, tokens. Ooh, where is the character token? Ah, there you go. Nice, nice, yes.
How big is it supposed to be?
15 foot
15
Radiant.
foot.
around me.
Alright, let's draw a 15-foot circle to make sure I make it big enough. I'm getting flashbacks to that other group.
Yeah, except Horn is good.
Yeah, okay. All right,
Everyone
so
in there.
people that you're targeting, are you targeting the fat man who's high on the couch too?
No, all my friends are not targeted. The guy that's sitting on the couch, has he drawn any weapons, this guy?
Oh, he's
Where's he?
asleep.
Oh, he's asleep? Okay, I'm not targeting him either.
Okay, so you have the Nightblade, the Bouncer. I will say that other Nightblade is not in your range.
Okay. What about the skull guy? Is he? No?
I would say that he is just outside your range.
Alright.
But you could always move.
Yeah, I'll move.
Okay.
Right there, and then cast it.
Okay.
Obviously, all my friends are not, you know.
Yeah, it's companions and other individuals that you would wish.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, you can get everyone.
I just push
Pretty
save, and it will do for everyone.
You have to, after you target them, you just hit the save, and it'll roll for everyone.
Yep. There we go.
And then you can roll the damage. It'll calculate the half damage and regular damage.
Nice.
Okay, so what do your spirit guardians look like, Horn?
You know, I never. Which did my deity? Which one did we choose? The one with the long sword.
I don't know. Which one did you choose? Is it on your
I
character
forget.
sheet? That's okay.
No, we were talking about it outside a game. It was one of the guys with the long sword. He was a war. He was good though. He was like, he had it good.
Yeah, I don't remember which one.
All right, they're small cow. They're small. They look like horns flying around with long swords.
Okay, so tiny little cows with wings and long swords are flying around and slashing at people.
We'll go with that.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, it is. Thanks.
All right, Twinkle, it's your turn. This little creature is trying to bite your face.
I'm gonna try to stab its face.
Okay. You go stab its face. That is most definitely a hit. pulling out your
Yeah.
dagger. As the creature is just pulled away from your face, still hovering right in front of you. And you stab into the creature, it sort of screeches. And it looks like it's getting ready to whap you with its tail, which is covered in spines.
I can also make that noise.
Okay. Bouncer now, seeing these spectral cows flying around, is now going to back away towards one of the other patrons and says, "Stay back. This'll be over soon." And he's going to pull out his heavy crossbow. Oh gosh, I guess he can't see you, Horn. So I guess he will move. I guess he'll move into the threat. He wants to get to you.
Come get me! He's on the end of his turn.
Say he was back where he was. Yeah, it is the end of his turn. Alright,
So
he's going to go right here, and he's going to whap at you with his mace. He was going to fire his... He would have fired his heavy crossbow at you, but he decided to try to whack you with his mace. Which he misses both times.
Behind the stairs, on purpose.
Of course. And coming up from behind, up the stairs from the deck below, and rushing up next to Twinkle, one of the Nightblades now, takes her dagger and let's see.
Do you mind if I go ahead and roll the wisdom save for him since he entered in?
No, it didn't enter into your threat range.
No, the bouncer that tried to attack me.
Oh yeah, go ahead. While you're doing that, I'll have this Nightblade attack Twinkle.
Yeah.
Attempt.
Yep, that's true. It did attempt. It missed. And the bouncer that tried to attack you, Horn, he took some damage. The Skull Asher is going to rush towards you, Horn. And we'll cast... I'll say... won't go right up next to you. It's going to cast Ray of Sickness on you. Which will miss. And then it will close the distance and it can take damage from you again.
Ooh. He also gets it too? Ooh. Come get it.
He succeeds, so he'll take half damage.
Come get it. As you see these little cows flying around.
At the rear of the ship, the older gentleman with the gray beard, Scorch, he stood up, had his hands, which were backwards, folded in front of him. His image suddenly shifts, and you suddenly see a Tiger Man wearing armor. And he pulls out his shield and his sword and comes straight at you. Let's see.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hello.
Real quick, I lost connection and I'm trying to get back in, but it's saying my name is already in this.
Oh. Well, let me Might be because it's resetting the connection. Let me free that up for you. There we go. In the meantime, this Tiger Man pulls his longsword and is now going to attempt to attack. Whoops. Don't need that token anymore. Is going to attempt to attack Scorched. And does so with his longsword, missing the first time, and then hitting. Would you like to invoke your shield there, Scorched?
No, I'll take the hit.
You'll take the hit? Okay. You take 5 slashing damage as it cuts into your arm. And then I believe that was the second attack, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
He attacks you once again and hits again.
I'll take the hit.
Okay. He deals 10 slashing damage to you this time. Oh. In fact, you take... not 10. You take 22 points of damage. Make a strength saving throw.
It's a 21.
21, okay. So it looks like he was getting ready to push you with his shield and try to knock you into that mass that's behind you. And Fathom, it's your turn.
Very well.
You high.
Fathom, it's kind of like weird, like your head's kind of stuffy. You're hearing sounds of battle, but it feels very like muffled. And it's the strangest thing. You see a cloud of golden flying cows with swords flying around this level of the ship.
Yeah, you're even hallucinating.
This is by far not the weirdest thing I've seen. I'm okay with all of this. And I'm turn.
Scorched, it's your turn. You are surrounded on all sides.
Scorch is going to cast Stinking Cloud Center on himself.
Okay. Get that token for you. How big is the Stinking Cloud?
It's a 20-foot radius, and it goes around corners and everything like that.
Gotcha.
And as a bonus, second wind on myself.
Okay. So does the Stinking Cloud also affect your companions or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. I'm just trying to figure out how big that's supposed to be. Actually, it's supposed to be bigger. Okay.
Now I'm going to turn there.
Okay. So how does Stinking Cloud work? Is what happens on their turn?
Yes, I'll read it for you. Let's see here. Each creature that is completely within the cloud at the start of... I must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature spends its action and turn retching and reeling.
Okay.
Let's see. Creatures that don't need to breathe are immune to this poison automatically and succeed on the Constitution save.
Okay.
And it's heavily
Unfortunately, I
obscured.
breathe.
And it's heavily obscured within the cloud, meaning that no one can see within it.
Okay. The bouncer will move towards Alistair. And will attempt to whack him with his mace. Succeeding. but missing on the second one. He bashes Alistair, dealing 4 bludgeoning damage to Alistair, cracking him in the face. And you can drop that damage on him now. Derek?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that's a failure.
Keep coming.
Okay. Bouncer number 3's turn. He has to make a con save.
Yes.
Okay. I assume a 9 fails.
9 does fail.
So you just hear the sound of... So he can't even move. He has to spend his... does he have movement? Or does he have to use...
He can move. He just can't use his action.
Okay. Alright, so he's just sort of gonna wander. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a d4, see which way he goes. Let's say he sort of stumbles over and bounces off of the eastern wall.
Come to the pasture where the cows are.
Twinkle, it's your turn. I believe you need to make a con save.
Yeah.
This horrible, foul, stinking cloud is filling up this place. That's 20.
Woo!
I believe you can take your action, correct?
Yes, you can.
All right.
I'm a disengage.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
I'm gonna go this way.
Okay. All right. Stumbling. She's also, like, she can't see, right?
Yes, it's heavily obscured, so she can't see.
Okay, so make a perception check, Twinkle. Let's see how well you're able to navigate. I believe that's perception with disadvantage, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So miraculously, you're able to rush past nearly to the edge of this cloud of horrible, retching stink, which is filling your nostrils, and you manage to break free from it.
There we go. And I shall end my turn.
Okay. All right. Nightblade number 3 is going to make...
I got it for him.
Oh, you did?
Yes, he failed.
All right. We'll continue sort of... And you just hear it coughing in your ear from behind you. We'll stay right where it's at. And Alistair is going to whack at the bouncer in front of them. I gotta tell you, Alistair is pretty OP with that staff. Tickle, you just hear this wet smacking noise as the bouncer's head just sort of cracks open and he slumps to the ground, very dead. Alistair now rushes forth and will spend a key point to do 2 unarmed attacks to the Skull Lasher. And with his slashing claws, begins scratching the side of the Skull Lasher's face and just catches and rips out the Skull Lasher's throat. Falls forth very dead. And that's the end of his turn. On Kashara's turn, you can go ahead and roll the save for Kashara. I'm not sure why it rolled on all those people, but okay. Kashara succeeds. see how well Kashara can see. Kashara does not see very well at all. And flies backward and bumps into the wall, taking 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Ah! Nightblade number 2. You go ahead and roll your save on that. That is a failure. We'll continue to hack and cough and stumble to the ground a few feet. The bouncer will now attempt to strike at you again, Horn, with his heavy mace. First attack missing, second attack also missing and whacking into the side of the wall.
Horn laughs. Ah ha ha. You suck. Ha ha.
And you can roll damage on him.
Cow better than you.
Yeah, these guys are just dropping like flies. Bouncer 3 is going to continue to hack and cough. Crimble is successful. And we'll continue to whack at you, Scorched.
So, fighting in a heavily obscured area, they're essentially blinded.
Yeah, he's rolling with disadvantage. So you just hear the woof, 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 and on the third hit, impacts you.
I'm gonna cast shield and let's see where.
Okay, I believe you need to. Is that a concentration spell, the Stinking Cloud? Or is it just
Stinking Cloud is, but shield is not.
Okay, so I need you to make a Constitution save for that damage.
I'm
sorry, you haven't. I apologize. Shield. I apologize. You haven't taken damage yet. So you, let's see, what's your AC?
20, so it's now 25.
Gotcha. He misses you. So you just feel the whiff of his longsword as he attempts to connect with your head. And he is going to just sort of shimmy step next to you. And you can roll an Amrik. He fails. And Amrik is you just hear the sound, horrible coughing noise. And Fathom, it's your turn. You're seeing now, instead of just the golden cows, you're seeing this giant fart cloud which just emerged, and you could have swore you heard the sound of Scorch letting rip. And you are just inside of that, so I need you to make a con save.
Okay.
I got it.
Alright. He succeeds.
Yeah.
Oh, this is bullshit. This has to go now. And I'm going to cast Gust of Wind in a line straight in the direction where I saw Scorched out.
Okay.
I need everybody in that line to make a DC 15 save or be pushed back 15 feet. And the entire cloud is gone.
DC, what is that? A con save? Dex save?
disappears after 1 round.
What's the DC on that?
15.
Okay, Crimble is successful. And I would say that Amrik is blocked by your gust of wind because the wall that's directly in front of it and the mast.
Okay. But Nightblade 3 got thrown back?
Nightblade 3 got thrown back, yes.
He should be plastered against the wall somewhere.
Alright. Nightblade 3 took 5 bludgeoning damage as it was flung into the wall. Is that the end of your turn, Fathom? Would you like to get
That would be the end of my turn.
Fathom's still with one other hand on the hookah.
Well, I must take 1 step back and then that's it.
Okay. Voltus's turn. Voltus is going to make that save. You can roll that on him, Scorch. And he succeeds. Let's see. Good old Voltus. Voltus is going to stumble and bounce off of Alistair. And with a disadvantage in reaction to stumbling into him, will attempt to hit Alistair with his mace. But misses both times. They're both sort of hacking and coughing. And Scorch, it's your turn.
Alright, Scorch is going to cast Shocking Grasp on both the lineman and
Okay.
Amrik.
Gotcha. That is a hit on Amrik, but a fail on Crimble.
So it'll be 8 damage to him, and I'll end my turn there.
Alright. Corn, it's your turn. Your companions are around you. Your dancing, flying golden horns are all whipping around.
Horn will move up
Okay.
into the cloud.
Alright, make a... it's at the end of your turn, I believe you have to make a con save, correct? Scorch?
Yeah.
It's at the start of his turn.
Oh, it's the start of your turn. Yeah, make a con save, sir. In that case, you would be... Whoops. You'd be, like, right
That's a fail.
here. So, Horn, you are currently going to have to take your turn hacking and coughing.
I can move, right?
He can still move.
You can still move, but you are... If the area is heavily obscured, so make a perception check with disadvantage. This is the stupidest fight ever.
This fight stinks.
Just bouncing off the walls and shit.
21.
21, okay. So you're able to not run directly into the wall in front of you?
And then right here.
Okay.
Now, all the cows follow me.
Okay.
All of the start of their turns will take damage.
Gotcha.
In the cloud, I don't need to attack anyone.
How long does it take for that stinking cloud to go away? A minute?
A whole minute.
Okay, never mind.
I just cast Gust of Wind. It should be dispersing by the end of this turn.
But where does it go? With a
It
gust of
goes for
wind.
1 round.
With a gust of wind, I mean, it's inside of a boat.
Yeah,
It doesn't specify that in the spell. It says it's
Oh.
gone when I cast it.
okay, well, yeah, I would say at the end of this round then.
After 4 rounds. Oh no, a strong wind at least 20 miles per hour disperses after 1 round.
Yeah, so I'll say it's gone. Poof. The fart cloud goes bye-bye. And the Nightblade...
Oh,
No.
start of his turn.
Start of his turn? No, I believe that's the end of his turn, isn't it?
It says the start.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Let me double check. because I read it a couple times. It says the affected creature's speed is halved in the area when the creature enters the area for the first time or at the start of its turn.
Okay. It fails.
This is fight. Ah, this is Horn Knight's fight.
And pitches forth and dies. And the bouncer, you can go ahead and roll on the bouncer. Can we all agree that Spirit Guardians is the stupidest spell ever?
Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying. I get, as a war cleric, I get it automatically.
That's the dumbest spell ever.
Yes, it is. I'll agree, but I get it automatically.
Alright, well, he tried to whack you with his mace twice. He missed. Alright, Amrik's turn. Go ahead and roll on Amrik.
Be attacked by cows.
Okay. Amrik is going to hurl. Let's see. He is going to hurl a smoke bomb on the ground, completely blackening and filling this area. Oh no, I'm sorry. He moves first. He'll take an opportunity attack from you, Scorched, if you wish.
Alright, I'll cast a Shocking Grasp on him.
Go for it. I don't think you could... Can you do Shocking Grasp as an opportunity attack?
I can because I also have Warcaster.
Oh, that's right. You both have Warcaster. Okay.
We'll take 12.
Takes damage from you, and then he rushes past. Let's see. He will end here as he walks towards the very high fathom, drops a smoke bomb, and this area is very heavily obscured now.
His movement's halved, by the way, in my area.
Oh, it's halved?
Yep.
Well, that sucks. Right. Fine, he's there and he threw the smoke bomb there.
You could add that to the stupid spell list.
No, it's okay. It's stupid. Spirit
I know.
Guardians is a stupid spell. Alright. Voltus is going to take damage from the stupid spell. I'm just gonna call it stupid spell from now on.
I read it the other day. I didn't use it much before. I read it, I'm like, wait, why am I not using this?
Voltus dies. Kashara is just outside of the range of the Spirit Guardians and is going to zip over this way. And let's see. Is going to attempt to fire its tail spines at Scorched. And hits him. Would you like to throw up your shield again?
You hit Twinkle.
Oh, I did? I'm so sorry, Twinkle. I meant to hit Fathom. Or Scorched. I don't think a 19 would have hit anyway.
19 doesn't hit.
Yeah. Okay, so that misses. Oh wait, it has a second attack. Alright. Sorry, Twinkle, I didn't mean to try and attack you. This time I will fire at the correct person.
Was biting at my face not enough?
Apparently. And I missed. And Nightblade 3's turn. Go ahead and roll that dumb spell again. I want to write a letter to Wizards of the Coast. I'm gonna just tell them how stupid that spell is. Alright. Nightblade 3 is slashed to pieces by all these spectral cows. And Twinkle, it's your turn.
Woohoo!
There are no current... Oh, I'm sorry. You are currently in a heavily obscured area. Just black smoke is filling your lungs, your nostrils. First you were breathing farts, now you're breathing sort of like a the smell of burnt umber. It's this horrible like burning sensation. Your lungs are burning.
Ugh.
While flying cows are flying near your head.
I guess I'm gonna just move this way.
Okay. Make a... Yeah, you know what? I'll let it happen. It's not that far of a move. Fathom, it's your turn. Unless you would like to do something, Twinkle.
I can't do nor see anything. I'm gonna just be nice in my little safe corner.
Gotcha. Fathom, you are also in a very heavily obscured area.
I have a question about that.
Yes.
I have devil's sight. I can see up to 120 feet regardless of obstruction. Do you going to count that with the smoke cloud, or should I do something?
If you have devil's sight, then you'd be able to see through the smoke.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm gonna sit right here then.
Okay.
All right. So let's see, Amrik.
Fathom can see everything. Your first Eldritch Blast is a miss, however, your second is a hit. Suddenly, this arcane light emerges from the smoke and blasts Amrik, rocking him back for a moment.
I will stay right in this cloud.
Okay. And Scorch, it's your turn.
I'm going to move over here.
Okay.
And I will cast Chaos Bolt at Amrik.
Go for it. That is most definitely a hit. I don't think you've ever used that attack before.
Yep, it's my first one.
The heck does it look like, I wonder?
I think that's the definition of the spell. It's just constantly random elements of different colors, and when it hits them, let's see, it does random elemental damage.
I see.
So it does.
Yeah, you have to roll on a
cold
hit.
damage.
On a hit, you have to roll a d. Choose one of the d8s.
Yep. So just 12 cold damage.
Okay. So you fire an ice ball like Iceman at the back of Amrik, sort of momentarily creating frost on him as it slams into his body. On Alistair's turn, he is going to rush forth with his quarterstaff and attempt to whack Amrik and... Or actually, no, I'm sorry. He doesn't have that special sight like Fathom does. Instead, Alistair is going to attempt to see where he's going. Let's see. Oh, what the heck. I'll say that he's able to get out from that. Emerges from the smoke. Amrik just watches this Birdman leap to the right next to him and immediately begin beating at his face with his quarterstaff. Whack him in the face, dealing 5 bludgeoning damage. He then spends another key point to do unarmed attacks. His first one missing, and his second one missing. And Horn, it's your turn.
Horn will attack the guy next to me.
Okay.
Die, bouncer, die!
Okay, you hit. And you deal 9 slashing damage.
I will use my bonus action to attack again.
Okay. That is also a hit. A mighty hit. Rolled a 28.
Ah!
Slashing the head off, clean off of the shoulders of the bouncer.
Can I see? Crimble.
You're not in the smoke, and unfortunately, no, you can't see Crimble.
Okay. I will look
End your
around.
turn?
But yeah, I'll look around on my turn so that I can't like roll a perception check or anything.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. The
Alright.
cows.
That's a failure. Crimble stepping behind you, Scorched, shrugging off the blows from the spectral cows from Horn, taking his longsword now and hefting it overhand chop, attempting to slash you with it. Missing each time, just in frustration. And on Amrik's turn, Amrik is going to
have to save.
Make the save. He succeeds.
Oh!
Takes half damage. He is going to disengage.
Still at half speed.
Still at half speed. And we'll say he just sort of runs forward. He knows that there was someone there, so he's going to run at an angle and try to get as far away as he possibly can. And Scorch, it's your turn. You just watched Amrik as he disappeared. You felt the whiff noise of the longsword from behind you as the Tiger Man continues to try and cut your head off, clean off your shoulders.
Alright. Scorch is gonna try and run after him. He doesn't care about the Lion Man.
Okay.
He'll take the attack.
You'll take the attack of opportunity. Alright.
Yes.
Lion Man is going to attempt to whack you with his longsword, overhand chop. But he misses.
Alright. Can I tell which way he went by watching him go into that cloud?
I would say make a perception check with disadvantage.
I'll do 12.
Yeah, what's up with your initiative, Horn?
I don't know. That's what I thought. The auto thing didn't roll mine.
If
All right.
Scorch were to think really loud, Fathom,
Okay.
where is he? Fathom can
Thanks.
tell him.
Scorch, you're not 100% sure. You think he might have ran straight forward.
Straight forward? Okay.
Yeah.
I charge straight.
Okay. Using the rest of your movement, you run straight into something. And you take 2 bludgeoning damage as you knock right into the head of your companion, Fathom.
I think that was all my movement.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Let me double check. I will cast Stinking Cloud again.
You're going to cast Stinking Cloud again?
Yes.
Okay. Isn't that on a point you can see? Not on yourself? You can't see anything.
I can see myself though.
You're at the area.
Or
you're
would you
at
not
is-
allow that?
I would say no. You're in a cloud of smoke. Well, no, actually, I apologize. This cloud of smoke is gone now. I apologize.
Oh, I can see him.
Is it gone? Then I'll redo my attack then.
Well, let's not metagame. I'll say that it's gone now. It just wafted away right after that. So if you want to cast Stinking Cloud, you can.
Alright. So if it's gone now, then...
Like I would
Yeah,
say
I'll-
that I would say it stopped right as you connected heads with Fathom.
Okay.
Fathom, you also took 2 points of damage. So you're.
I saw him coming.
Oh, you saw him coming?
Of course
That's
I did.
right.
I can see everything.
Do you let him like conk heads into you or no?
No, I sidestepped him. He hit the floor.
Okay. Let's say you bounced off of him and hit the floor.
Alright, yeah, I'll also cast Stinking Cloud then.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna need that new token on me now.
Yep, let me find that token for you. You can also find them yourself if you go into the tokens. Said it's 20 feet or 15 feet?
20 feet.
20 feet.
The only
Alright.
spell token that I can see is the Spirit Guardians one.
Really?
Yep.
Maybe they're not loaded then. If you spell stink, it should pop up in the search bar.
Nope, not showing up. Maybe I have to download another module or something.
Yeah, you might have to load the module.
Alright, I'll do that later.
Okay. All right, Fathom, it's your turn. There's someone just farted again. Make a con save, or you can roll the save. Scorch. Okay, Fathom, you are coughing uncontrollably now. This burning, horrible smelling, foul, rotten egg smelling substance filling your lungs.
Can I still move?
Can you still move? I believe you still have your movement. You just have to use your
still
action to. Yeah.
And he still has his action. But he said,
Oh, did he? It said that he failed.
Nah, I failed, and then he
Amrik
cast
failed.
it again.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's not Amrik's turn yet.
no, I think it was accidentally targeted.
No worries.
But he made it save.
So what's the official ruling? Do I have an attack or not?
You have an attack.
You still have an attack. However, you
All right.
don't see anything except for a very freaked out looking woman who is backed against the wall, has pissed herself, and is sitting on the floor.
Oh, I can see through the cloud too.
Oh, that's right, you can.
Yeah, I see the corner of Amrik. Do I not?
From where you're standing, no. You're completely. It's completely obscured. Even with double sight, you wouldn't be able to see him.
How about now?
Yeah, you can see him now.
Cool.
As a success.
All right, on my turn.
Okay. Twinkle, it's your turn. You can roll the save. I have to say, the 1-2 combo of Stinking Cloud and Spirit Guardians has got to be the most broken thing I've ever seen.
Twinkle failed.
Oh no, Twinkle! Twinkle is coughing up a storm right now.
You said the gloves are off, Jeremy. I gotta make sure I protect my group.
No,
I can move though.
It's
right?
it's all good. You know what? I totally completely skipped on Kashara's turn.
Oh
So
yeah, I was gonna say
can
he was
roll-
trying to move to me.
You can roll damage to Kashara, because Kashara's going to take her. We'll say that this went off before the Stinking Cloud. So
Come
it failed.
get me.
Take some damage. I'm not sure why you rolled it again.
Well, I didn't roll it twice.
I don't know.
I think I accidentally put hold on. I accidentally rolled. Okay, I tried to put damage on him, but I got the wrong dice.
Okay.
So technically, he takes the full amount. 11.
All right.
My bad.
So as it's flying up to you, the creature now whaps you with its tail spines. Or at least attempts to. And you just watch
Can I
as...
see him?
Well, I'm saying this happened before the stink cloud went off, so it's not obscured yet.
Gotcha.
Alright. But that's okay, because it missed with both of its spines. You just hear the sound of... as these spines impact the wall behind you, Orn.
It saw the stink cloud coming and couldn't concentrate.
Twinkle, you still have movement? You're gonna run away from the stink cloud?
Yeah.
Okay.
And end my turn.
And now it's Horn's turn. Now I believe you need to make a con save.
No! One sucks and con save. Big nose.
I think you
Oh.
made it. It's a DC 15.
So before the cloud, I saw him where he was. Can I charge in that direction?
It's flying right in front of your face.
No, I'm talking about Amrik.
You want to go that way? I would say yes. You saw him before the cloud went off. Unfortunately, you can't see him. So you know the direction he was, but you can't see him currently. So you can make a perception check with disadvantage.
If you pray to Fathom, he'll tell you where he's at.
Nah, I'll fight the guy that's in front of me.
Okay.
I think that's probably more realistic. He turns around and faces
this little spine devil is trying to pluck
really
your eyeballs out. Yeah, so those attacks would be a disadvantage, my friend.
Yeah, it would be, because I can't see. Dang.
Alright.
Oh!
That's a hit. You manage to impact and slice into the creature with your longsword, cleaving it in half. You just hear this little creature just go, and then you just hear the impact of it flopping on the floor.
Stupid thing! He will let his turn right there.
Okay. And on Alistair's turn, Alistair will make a con save.
Oh
and
yeah, I forgot.
will fail, and we'll spin the round coughing.
Horn is coughing too as he tries to laugh.
Alright. Crimble, seeing the cloud, is going to take damage from
Make a
your...
saving throw.
That's a success from your cloud. Well, no, it's not in the stinking cloud.
No, it's not. It's on the edge. But he is in the flying cows.
He is in the flying cows. It's true. And you hear Crimble call out, and you just hear him yell out across the deck, "Amrik, get back to the villa!" And you hear this sound. You all hear this strange noise of it sounds like nails on the chalkboard. And that's it. Nails on the chalkboard, and that's it. The sound just ceases. And Alistair's turn again. He will roll his con save once again, unless you rolled it for him. Scorched. Okay, he succeeds. Alright, so he's no longer coughing. Area is still heavily obscured. He's going to just sort of wander into the wall here and bounce off of it. And you just hear him say, "Fuck!" And Scorched, it's your turn.
Scorch is gonna wander down.
Okay.
If you're not sure where to go because he can't see anything, but he doesn't breathe either.
True, you're not affected by the stinking cloud.
That's why I took it.
Hey.
Oh, would it follow me?
Yeah. Wouldn't it?
Okay.
I don't know. What does it
would
say? I think it just stays, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I think it just stays where it is.
Alright. And I'll hold my action to see if anyone comes out of the cloud.
I think
on a point. Yeah,
I thought
point.
I thought it was like that stupid spell, where it just follows you around. From now on, I'm calling it stupid spell.
Hey, I haven't taken damage. It's a concentration, so I have to concentrate on it.
Yeah.
I just haven't taken damage.
I fully acknowledge that. Twinkle, it's your turn. Are you going to continue to cower in the corner?
Yes.
Okay. You don't see any enemies. You do see a woman who has pissed herself, and you can smell it now. It's pretty disgusting.
Even more than the cloud?
It's pretty potent.
Ooh, look at that.
Alright, Amrik succeeds.
And died.
And you just hear him, he coughs, Crimble, and then flumps forward, dead on the ground. And you guys are out of combat. At least for now.
Does he have anything magic on him?
Yeah, so spell books.
Yeah, the spell books. You guys can get those back.
Yeah, I'm getting those.
Okay.
And does he have any more of those smoke bomb?
You heard You heard... Actually, no, he only had the one. You now all hear the sound of, like... from above you. The sound of the tavern above is a bit muffled now. As the smoke... As the stinking cloud eventually completely dissipates. And Scorch, turning and looking, you can see now that the staircase leading upstairs has sealed shut. And this woman is now sobbing uncontrollably in the corner. It's like, murderers!
Murderers where?
Alright, so you find about 150 gold on one of the bodies. Do you want me to put that in the party loot or into your inventory, Fathom?
Party loot.
Party loot? Alright.
And if he has anything magic on him, I'd like to see it.
Okay. He doesn't appear to be carrying anything magical. However, after going over his effects, what he was carrying, I should also mention that you guys looking around, there's no sign of that Tiger Man. It's completely gone. And you find what appears to be a pentagonal piece of paper, which has a seal on it, but it's broken.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Did that woman down there just call us murderers?
You heard someone yell "murderers" from the front of this part of the ship, and you can hear. You can all hear a very faint clanging sound that sounds like a bell from above you all.
Hey, Horn, go see what's coming from upstairs.
I will go this way.
Okay.
Is that upstairs?
You begin to walk upstairs, and you notice that there is a steel shutter blocking...
All right. Did I kill that woman?
What woman? Did you kill her?
Yes, she did. I had to get Horn to look away.
She's very dead.
Okay. Well, there's all the witnesses.
There's a pile of ash.
I gotta give it to you. That was a good one. One's
Did I
like
see it?
investigating.
I don't know. Did you see it?
Let's see. Oh, probably not.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you saw it. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say I saw it.
Okay. Alright, so the den upstairs is quieting down now. Almost to nothing. You hear the occasional like sound of like what you're pretty sure are people talking, but it's very muffled now. Coming from above you.
Are we underwater?
You guys are just below, like you're right at the water line. From like your midsection, I'd say you guys where you're standing, you're like just above the water line.
Any chance Horn could poke a hole through the side of the ship?
Would you like to?
I'd like to go out a side entrance if we have to make one.
Okay.
I'd rather not Eldritch Blast one.
You each receive 700 experience for that encounter.
Stupid spells pay off. Hey, wait a second. Where's that guy that has the... Hold on, I made a note of it. The Dream Lily. Where's he?
He's still asleep.
I'm going through his pockets and getting that Dream Lily.
Okay, I'll put some Dream Lily into your inventory.
Horn bangs on door. It's good guy. Open up.
Who's coming too?
You're knocking on the shutter.
Yeah. The silver flame is here.
You yell, "The silver flame is here."
Yeah.
There's a pause. Make a persuasion check with disadvantage because they can't see you.
I put the hookah in my inventory, by the way.
Okay. So you hear someone say, "Really?"
Yes, I'm Horn.
Okay.
Garden, Lieutenant
There is-
Horn.
There's a ratcheting sound of metal scraping on wood, and the shutter opens up, and you can see what looks like a very freaked out looking woman, the captain, Laral, from upstairs, who's staring down at you and saying, "What's going on down there?"
There were murderers. We killed them all.
"Murderers?"
One escaped. Yes. Loosen your ship.
You said you're from the Silver Flame.
He
Yes.
does.
Good.
I'm from the silver flame.
We've summoned the authorities to come to the ship.
I'm here.
We summoned the actual authorities to the ship. Your backup, I guess you would say.
Yes.
I'm going
Reinforcements.
to dimension door outside.
Okay.
I'm there on the street watching.
Don't you have to see where you're dimension dooring or no?
I just read it. Didn't say I did.
Okay. All right. You're outside.
Wait, you can dimension door?
Do you take anyone
Oh
with you?
yeah.
Are there portholes that I can hop out of?
There are. Unfortunately, there's no portholes.
Can I use my knife and make one?
You can certainly try.
Dimension door is a 4th
What
level.
do I need to roll?
Just make an attack roll.
Yeah, I'm on the street outside watching the ship. Don't worry, guys. If anything bad happens, I got your back.
Okay. So Twinkle, you're able to scratch the side of the hull, frantically scratching into the side of the hull. You now see that water starts very, very slowly gurgling through the slash marks. The hull is pretty thick, so you're not able to do much damage to it. You have a feeling that, given enough time, you could probably bust a hole in the side of this if you kept stabbing in the same place.
And I'm stealthing next to a building, just making myself look very inconspicuous.
Fathom,
How
as you
much time
begin
do I have?
Fathom, as you begin to walk away, there's suddenly a blade that comes sticking out of the hull from the other side and nearly catches you in the side of your head as you walk past.
Ah! Keep walking.
Okay. Your blade is now stuck in the wall, Twinkle, and you can't pull it out.
No!
Scorch
Oh,
will pull it out
God.
for her.
Did I hear that?
You didn't hear anything. However, you are hearing the sounds of horns in the distance. Coming
Scorch is
from
gonna pull
coming
out
from the market
the
square.
dagger.
Horn pushes past Lady and tells her, "It's okay, everyone. The silver flame is here."
Hey, Scorched.
Most
This
of
is Fathom.
most of the patrons that are up here, you can see half of them are dead.
Scorched, are you holding onto her blade?
What?
grab her blade?
Laral is currently next to one of the bartenders. You guys also killed the bartenders. The bartender that was upstairs is currently bleeding. One of its wings is completely severed.
What happened up here?
Scorched. All of you need to get out of there now. You got a lot of company coming.
A bunch of shining golden cows with wings wielding swords came up out of the floorboards and began attacking and slashing. You can see it cut the shit out of this whole place, and you can see tankards are broken and slashed this way and that way. And not all the folks are dead, just a few of them.
I left too soon.
So how much time
Well,
would you guys like to stay on the ship, or would you all like to leave?
Yeah,
I would like to leave.
Would you
Fathom
like
is yelling at y'all psychically to get the hell out.
Scorched, roll a strength check. Let's see if you can pull that out of the wall.
As soon as I can't see it, I can't contact him anymore.
Okay. All right, you're able to yank the dagger out of the wall, and just a gush of water. You hit it right at the water line, so water is gushing through this sliver within the wood that you carved into it when you plunged your dagger into it, and is now creating puddle on the floor. And the briny seawater just the stench of briny seawater is now filling this level of the ship.
Whoops.
What would you all like to do now?
I'm going to jump in the water.
Okay. What about the rest of you? As you jump in the water, Fathom, you hear the sound.
Sneak out.
You hear the sounds of the gulls and the two crows that you all saw before.
I'm swimming underneath the ship. I'm getting ready to Eldritch Blast a hole in the bottom of this thing.
Okay. What about
Warren
the
will
rest of
start
you?
locking at the door. I will
Okay.
go get reinforcements.
All right, Horn. As you're heading out at the ship, the rest of you staying on the ship, or are you following? I would say Alistair at this point is very carefully yeeting out of the ship, following after Horn.
Scorch will take Twinkle and leave the ship as well.
Okay. As you get,
And then he'll go to the captain and say, "There's a hole in the ship."
and the
Just a
captain
small-
Right
says,
when you say that, I blast the ship with about 15 Eldritch Blasts.
the captain says, "What the shit?" And the whole ship, the bottom of the ship, is just sort of rocked from your impacts. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it
It's going to
rocks
sink
the
it,
ship.
though.
Yeah, it would take you a while to inflict enough damage to sink the ship.
It'll occupy him. I'm clearing the hell out of there now.
Okay. The rest of your companions, you make it to the top deck of the low lantern. You're noticing now that the entire facade seems to be sort of sinking, and the heavy, thick chains that are holding the side of the low lantern to the side of the wharf, you can hear them straining now. And the whole ship, the whole low lantern is sort of listing a little bit, a few degrees. What would you all like to do?
I'm
Get off the
swimming away,
boat.
and I'm getting back on the shore and stealth.
Okay. I heard you, Kevin. I didn't hear the rest of the group.
Scorch is gonna get off the boat.
Am I
Okay.
off the boat yet? I've been trying to get off this boat this whole time. Am I gone yet?
I would say that you're off the boat. If you're following your companions or trying to leave on your own volition, you can.
Yeah. I would like to do any of that. And I
Oh.
would like to hide and sneak away.
Okay.
Quickly.
Quickly. What about the rest of you? Are you also trying to get away from the scene?
Yes. Let me go get reinforcements. I'm calling the rest of the army. Warren slowly,
I'm sorry. Fathom, did I give you that Dream Lily yet? Let me make sure. Yeah, I did.
I don't know, but I grabbed the hookah.
All right. Yeah, it's there. You found 3 hits of Dream Lily.
Nice.
All right. So you've all absconded from the ship. As you all run off into the crowd, are you doing so together? Both Fathom and Twinkle seem to have gone off on their own.
Surely have.
I'm going to start gradually working my way back that way looking for them, but yeah, I'm away from the ship.
Okay. So you all, in your own time, making your way from the scene, you see as a procession of soldiers in shining plate armor head towards the scene. And
Warren, you are in trouble.
standing away from the wharf, there is this resounding double impact sound of stone shattering as the 2 sets of chains that were holding the ship suddenly crack and the ship sinks even further. And people are trying to get out of the ship as it sinks into the harbor. More
Well, there
people are
goes the evidence.
screaming and crawling out of the tavern. onto the top. You can see the gulls that are flying around are flying off. The couple of crows that were sitting in the rigging, they lift up into the air and start flying in circles over the crowd, and with the rest of the gulls.
Look at him run.
And what would you all like to do?
I'm gonna put 50 gold on it sinks. Who'll take the bet?
Well, you're by yourself right now. Who are you talking to?
I'm going into a deep alleyway, and I'm climbing up the side of the nearest tall building so that I can watch it from the roof.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking for everybody then.
Scorch is just gonna stand around out in the open.
Okay. So Scorch, you see from a distance, you can see the scene of just. It's just a complete clusterfuck of people rushing. The soldiers are fishing waterlogged people out. Eventually, you see them pull the captain out, and she's just like screeching her head off, and she starts yelling now. Where are they? Where did they go? And they start describing all of you. She starts describing all of you.
Did she see me well enough to do so?
She saw all 5 of you guys. She's like, where are those fuckers? Well, I'll say this. She saw the 4 individuals that left the ship. Well, let's say 3 if Twinkle is stealthing. But she does remember...
All day, every day, twice on 2 day.
She does remember there were 5 of you, and she saw all of you as you entered into her establishment. So she starts giving, you can see she's giving an account to the soldiers.
I would like to remind you that I did not join the fight until after the big cloud showed up to obscure everybody's vision.
Oh, I know.
I wasn't even with these guys. I was just getting...
At this point, she's just trying to find out who the fuck sunk her boat.
Technically, you sunk her boat. We just fucked up the inside.
Hey, nobody was witness to any of that shit. You don't even know that I did.
We might not have seen it, but we all know. We see how you just destroyed everything in that bathhouse.
All right. So some time passes. The mid-morning traffic. Folks continue to... They completely shut down the harbor. Don't let people in and out.
Have I found everybody yet?
Well, have you? You guys didn't really discuss a game plan after the fact?
I figure Horn and
Horn, Alistair, and I would say Horn, Alistair, and Scorch are together.
I figure they're somewhere near the docks. I'm gonna go that way and see if I can find.
Okay, I would say that it takes you a while, but you're able to find them through the crowd. Horn's pretty easy to spot because he's so tall.
Fair enough, and I think Twinkle will find us. She's probably already found us. She's probably just watching us.
From the
yes.
tippy tops of the buildings, looking down, going...
Most definitely.
Guys, that was hilarious. Did you see that ship? I bet it sunk. Which one of you sunk it?
I think Twinkle sunk it.
Twinkle sunk it with that dagger? That's hilarious.
What dagger? Who sunk ship? That wasn't planned?
I don't know.
Twinkle is gonna have quite some time to timeout corner tonight. I see her again.
Yes, agreed. Bad move.
Well, look, guys, I got some Dream Lily. I want to go back to the inn and get high while we wait for it.
What's Dream Lily?
Don't.
I don't think it'll affect... I don't think it'll have any effect on you there, Scorched. But me and Alistair, we can get high as hell. I don't know if I got enough to get you high, Horn. Kind of big.
Horn don't do drugs.
And you hear someone approach from behind you as you're talking
I don't have
to
any Dream Lily.
your friends, and you hear a very soft hand lays on your shoulder and says, "Are you responsible for the death of Amrik?"
No.
Scorch is gonna look around and see who it is.
You see a lithe female with obsidian-colored skin, and you can see shock white hair poking out from underneath her hood.
She hot?
She's pretty hot, and
Does
she appears to be a drow, and you can see that on her face she has these geometric patterns in like white, which makes shapes around her eyes and her cheeks, and then sort of drift downwards towards her chin. And she says, "Let us not talk here. Please,
Well,
this
hold
way."
on.
And she begins to pull you
Is this
towards
a good thing or a bad?
She starts to pull you towards an alleyway, Fathom.
Scorch is gonna follow.
Okay, I'll go.
Like not even waiting for you to say yes, I'll go with you. She just firmly grabs your hand and starts guiding you towards an alleyway.
How
I'm not
close
very
am I?
strong. I probably couldn't
Is
stop
it
her.
the alleyway near me?
It's right below the building, actually, where you're standing. Like you've
I
made
would
your way
like
up
to
to the
be
top.
listening in from above the building.
Can I grab her?
It'd be pretty difficult. You can follow after them. They've already started to move through the crowd.
I want to run up and catch and grab her by the throat.
Okay. Let's see. I'll tell you what. Make a dexterity check.
Dexterity check? Okay.
Yep, make a dexterity check. Okay. She dips out from underneath your hand, spins around, and pulls out some sort of disc. And when she holds it in her hand, 3 blades emerge from it, and she holds it to your eye, like a centimeter away from your eye. And then she pulls her hand back in lightning fast and says, "This is neither the time nor the place. Follow me now. You are all in danger."
I take it you don't want to get high and talk about how cool it was then.
Perhaps. Are you holding?
Now you're talking. Let's go. Yeah, of course I'm holding.
And she looks at you and sort of smirks and then looks back at you, Horn, and nods at you, sort of a nod of like, "We're cool."
This chick is definitely cool. Let's go.
As long as you say so. And he follows along.
And the woman leads you down an alleyway away from the crowds
Horn.
and looks back at all of you as you all begin to crowd around her.
Horn. It's a little early to say this, but I might be in love, at least for 24 hours.
Can I eavesdrop from where I'm at?
It'd be very difficult because she's speaking in low tones the moment they enter into the alleyway. Scorch, are you following? Alistair definitely.
Not listening, just watching.
Sure.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, Scorch is following them.
Okay. And the woman turns around and she now pulls back her hood. And you can see now for sure this is definitely a Zendrick drow. And she says, "I saw you all go onto the ship after I left. And now here you are. Not waterlogged, except for you, my friend." She points and looks at you, Fathom.
It's an endearing trait.
"My name is Raya.
My name is Scorched.
Horn.
I couldn't possibly fathom such a name as Raya.
Jesus." So she looks at each of you and she says, "I am a refugee from the Obsidian City. And
What's that?
The Obsidian City is my ancestral home in the jungles of Zendrick. It is the city that disappeared from this plane of existence not too long ago."
Oh, yeah, that Samuel guy did it.
Samael. I know of this
That's
person.
him.
Samael led a
Have you seen
delegation to the city. I haven't seen him since the city disappeared. But I know that it's not gone forever, and I will not give up on my people or the city. I know that those blasted Vanthampurs have something to do with this. Amrik would tell me nothing. Only to say that I was insane or foolish. And she looks to each of you for a moment, and she said that she tells you, I was training a few miles north of the city when it vanished. I watched in horror as the companion's light went out, turning black, and the city appeared to crumble and sink below the horizon of the jungle. It haunts me even to this day. When I returned to what is now the crater where the Obsidian City once was, I led many of the refugees back to Stormreach, before the Silver Flame closed off the city, and I became trapped here. Many of my family and compatriots have been stopped and confronted by the flame, and I'm afraid I defended myself and I had to flee. I took this cloak from a nice woman to conceal myself as best I could, and I've been a wanted fugitive from the flame ever since. And as she's been telling this story to you all, she begins scanning and looking at all of you, and then her eyes zero in on Horn. And she says, You are of the flame.
You fugitive?
Hold on.
And you can now see she is getting ready to pull her sword.
Hold on. We're all technically with the Silver Flame. They hired us. Don't worry, though. We almost killed Horn like 3 times when we first met him. He's helping us try to figure out what else is going on.
If you vouch for him, then I will...
Trust me, he's good people. He's already helped me murder like a dozen people.
Well, Horn, no murder. Horn
not.
only defends for the Silver Flame.
They were bad people. Horn.
Bad people. Yeah. I kill bad people. Horn only kills bad people.
See what I mean? He's great. It's like a license
Wait, when
to
have
kill.
you killed anyone, Fat Horn?
What?
So when have you killed anyone?
I didn't. No, I'm just, showing off. Didn't kill anybody.
So what? And she seems a bit flustered at your brevity, and she looks at all of you and says, "So what do you want with the Vanthampur family or Amrik?"
We were trying to sell some spell books, and he said that we stole them from him, so we killed him.
You killed him.
No,
Yeah.
we defended ourselves.
We defended ourselves, which resulted in him no longer breathing.
Well, he was of no use to me anymore anyway. I was trying to find out if a rumor that I'd heard is true.
Maybe. Let me read this piece of paper real quick and tell you what it says.
Okay. You want to crack it open?
Yeah. I don't want her reading it with me, though. I'm going to take a step back.
Okay. So the piece of paper says, Amrik. Krieg is getting restless and wants you to deal with the interlopers. Bring them to the villa at once. And at the bottom it is signed Thalamra Vanthampur, Stormlord of Stormreach.
Never mind. It's just a grocery list. I'm going to put it in my pocket.
And Raya just sort of looks at you, sort of quizzically. And she says, I have been tracking down a rumor that Thavius Krieg One of the professors from Mulgrave University is somewhere in this city, which should be impossible because he was in the Obsidian City when it disappeared. But
You don't say.
my compatriots, the ones that are in custody of the Flames, said that Krieg was seen in the company of guards employed by the Vanthampur family. I can't get into the estate by myself.
Why don't you show us where it's at?
If the Flame finds it, well, of course I can show you where it's at. But if they find me, then they will arrest me on sight. I'm taking a chance, trusting you with this cowman here.
Oh, hold on. He kind of pulls out this piece of paper. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say. Am I doing it right?
Horn,
Yeah,
stop.
yes.
Stop. She's not going to think it's funny.
She said she's fugitive. I'm Silver Flame. We're Silver Flame. We arrest
That's
you.
right. But she's going to join us, and then she's Silver Flame. It's okay.
So no rights need to be read?
Nah, man, we're going to fight fire with fire. She's going to join us.
Oh, okay.
It's
Welcome
Silver Flame.
aboard to Silver Flame. And he kind of holds out his hand.
See how easy that was?
She looks at you, and she had her hand on the hilt of her sword once again.
Just shake his hand, please.
And she's also reaching with the other hand for the little disc that she threw out that turned into some strange three-pronged shuriken. And she very quickly puts it back into her pouch, lets go of the hilt of her sword, and then grabs your hand, Horn, and says,
Thank goodness.
"When this is done, perhaps you can help me find my friends."
Are your friends good people?
My friends are the best people. They are the royal guard of the Sulatar family.
Horn will help. If they're good people. Horn helps good people.
Thank you, Horn. I am so glad you made this decision.
She then turns and looks at the rest of your companions and said, "I can lead you to the villa now."
Okay, let's go.
All right. So you're all rushing, following after this strange obsidian-skinned woman?
Yeah, and I'm going to take that piece of paper and give it to Alistair and Scorched, show it to each of them in turn, and just go, shh.
What about Twinkle?
Twinkle can't read.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh, hello, Twinkle.
Twinkle's been watching from above.
Man, I'm sure I'm glad that Horn was able to work things out with her. She is way too hot for me to have to melt her brain.
I would have come down sooner, but I didn't know she was good or bad. But then I saw Horn shook her hand, and Horn only deals with good people.
And Raya is very carefully, picking and choosing routes around the crowds. And do you all follow after her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It takes a little while, but she eventually leads you to what is essentially the more ritzier side of town, to where the villas of the Stormlords are located. And they're not all located centrally in the same place. They're sort of spread out through this section of the city. But eventually she brings you to this high-walled compound, which you can see a 2-story building within the midst of the compound.
So let's just go through the main gates and kill everybody till we get to what we want.
I think that's murder, Fathorn.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Did you just call him Fat
right.
Horn?
Yes.
He's been calling me Fat Horn ever since I met him.
You fat Horn. I'm skinny Horn.
No, you're the fat one. Trust me.
Horn turns to the lady. Before you go, my friend here, are you single?
And she just sort of looks at you and she says, "Did he fall on his head recently?"
No, but he's ran into a few walls. Pretty good at that.
I think he's kind of lonely right now.
No, this is for my friend. And I point over to. He looking for you.
She's not my type, Horn.
I believe it. And she, now at the edge of this ward, she sort of crouches down in the middle of an alleyway, and she gestures towards it and says, "That is Vanthampur Villa." And she gestures towards the 12-foot high stone wall which encloses the villa. And you can see that there are ever-bright lanterns that are hanging along the walls, these entrances, which from your current position, you can see that there are 2 double-doored entrances leading into this compound, which are currently closed.
Horn, open that door.
Horn goes over. He pats him on the back. I'm your wingman. Ha ha ha. And he walks over.
Hey, Rhea, when this is over, you want to come over and smoke with me sometime?
Rhea looks at you and says, "If we survive, sure, why not?"
Fair
Wait,
enough.
I thought Alistair was the wingman.
Alistair just sort of looks at you, scorched, shakes his head and face palms.
Did y'all get the impression that she was like, "Yeah, I'll go out with you if we don't die"? Like it was like slightly.
Would you like
She
me?
meant it as if I really have to.
Yeah.
So at this point, I suppose I should ask you all, how much longer would you like to go? How much longer would you like to play for?
Are there still people that need killing?
There's always people who need killing.
You don't know about that. I don't think I'm meant for anything like that.
Let's start killing people.
Of course, you got to find the people that need killing.
Well, that's why we're getting ready to open the front door. I mean, they're inside, right?
Presumably.
Yeah, all we gotta do is get Horn to summon up all those little cow angels, and we just kill it.
So let's agree on an end time then. It's 10:09 now. So what time do you guys want to end?
It can go until 10:30.
10:30?
Okay, 10:30 it is.
Yes, 10:30. Horn got to set up Fathom with date. As Horn comes through the door and sees if he can open it.
Okay. You can see there is this appears to be the southern wall, and you can see that there are 2 sets of doors. One that's off towards one corner, like the southwestern corner of the wall, and then there's one that's almost in the middle, but not quite, of this southern wall. The one that's off to the southwest, appears to be one that allows like coaches in and out of.
Is there like a smaller door on this side of the wall?
Not from where you're looking, no. All you see are these 2 sets of doors from this wall.
Let's go find a smaller door.
Okay.
Okay, let's go around.
You want to spend some time just walking the outside wall and checking?
We refer to it as casing, but yes.
Casing? Gotcha. Okay.
No, casing is for bad guys. We good guys. We scout.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
What if we just went through the sewer?
it's not a bad idea.
Scorch, your genius. Horn thinks.
So, you want to go in the sewer?
I was kind of looking forward to going through the front door and saying, "Hi, I'm Fathom," and then Eldridge blasting somebody in the face.
That's murder, Fathom. We can't do that.
Only if they die.
No. You can't do that.
And Raya looks at all of you and says, "What are we waiting for? We're not just going to walk up and knock on the front door, are we?"
We're casing the place. Scouting it.
Yes, scouting.
Yeah, I mean, haven't you ever broken into anything?
Yes.
You got any better ideas?
I just want to find the truth of what happened to the city.
That's not what we asked.
Yeah, we said, do you have any better ideas? I mean, you've obviously checked this place out a few times. What's the best way?
Well, I can tell you that they employ several guards that patrol the yard. And they change chefs every 6 hours.
Oh, really?
The grounds are heavily fortified.
What do you think of Scorch's going through the sewer idea?
I don't quite understand your meaning. You want to take
What
the
if-
sewers to do what exactly?
Take the sewers, go under the building, break in.
That would be
It's like you've never
possible.
robbed anybody.
No, you misunderstand. My companions and I have already scouted the sewers around the villa. It's almost as if this place is not connected to the city's sewer system.
Their poop has to go somewhere.
Every passageway underneath the villa is blocked.
Then we go over it.
I can walk walls.
Just for you. I think I'll make an exception. Besides,
And
Horn can go through walls.
Ulster can fly.
Raya is slowly starting to realize the company in which she now keeps. And she turns to you, Fathom, which she believes to be the most even-keeled, sane person in the group, and says, I don't mean to be rude, but how long have you been traveling with these people?
Not very long. But honestly,
Maybe 3 days.
yeah, when you get into a fight with these guys, they are magic. I mean, they destroy everything. It's almost artistic to watch. Trust me.
Very well. I will trust you. With that
Yeah,
said,
don't get me wrong, though. You should stand clear whenever this shit hits the fan. You do not want to be around when this goes down. Trust me on that.
that being said, what is our plan? What are we doing?
We're probably going to go through the front door and kill everybody. I mean, honestly, that's probably how this is going to go.
We could go through the window if you like.
Or through the wall.
There are windows around the back in the stable house. The northwestern wall is connected directly to the stable house. We might be able to get through there.
Cool. Horn. Toss Twinkle up into the wall so she can run up there and check.
Come here, Twinkle.
Make a strength athletics check if Twinkle is willing.
I am not willing.
He still does it.
Careful, Horn, you're going to get bit.
Let's see. Okay, so first, let's. Okay, hold on. Twinkle, you wish to disengage?
Yes.
Okay. Horn, you go to scoop her and toss her, and she is not there anymore. You grab nothing.
Where'd you go, Twinkle?
All you hear is the echoes of
Twinkle.
There's a twinkle in the sky somewhere.
And Ryo turns to you, Fathom, and sort of tugs on your clothing and starts pulling you towards the southwestern wall around the corner and says, this way, and points northward.
All right, we're on the way.
And she says, I have not been into the villa, but have heard that people enter the villa and very rarely leave, except for dignitaries.
It's all right. We're not even really people. We're more like a collection of monsters. It'll be fine.
When I say people,
I pop up next to them and I go, I'm a goblin!
and she
Can I
looks,
try to grab her?
she turns and looks. Sure, go ahead. Make a dexterity save or dexterity check.
Oh.
Twinkle,
Horn
Twinkle, would you like to disengage?
Yes, thank you.
I just imagine that this big Horn is lumbering about, clapping his hands together, trying to catch Twinkle as she's doing somersaults and flips.
Come here, Twinkle. You said you want to go on the wall. I'll throw you.
And what are you doing, Scorched, while you're watching this frivolity?
I'm wondering what Horace is so pampered enough to get a window in a stable.
And so as you walk towards the northern wall and head around the corner, you can see now that there are 2 sets of windows that are just at about your head height. The windows themselves are relatively wide, about 3 foot across. But they seem to be reinforced with some sort of mesh screen. So it almost looks like a metallic mesh screen that's covering the outside of the window.
Hey, Horn, rip that out.
And Raya looks to you, Fathom, and says, "Do you think that is wise?" And she begins to gesture. Off in the distance, you see people milling about, walking up and down the streets. You're all standing here in the middle of broad daylight. And as she gestures, you can now see a couple of individuals wearing what appear to be burgundy-colored tunics and flat caps, and they emerge from around the corner and start walking towards you all.
Are they walking intentionally towards us, or just in our direction?
From where, looking in their direction, it looked like they emerged from around the corner and seemed to be surprised for all of you to be standing so close to the edge of the wall and where the stable house is. And they seem to be making a way.
Nearby.
Across the way, you can see more buildings. There are more neighboring buildings and alleys all around.
I'm gonna throw my arm around Rhea, like she's with me, and I'm gonna say, "Come on, guys, let's go on over here," and start walking towards the back.
Raya whispers to you, "Good plan." As you all
we're gonna eat these guys.
Meander away from the villa towards a neighboring alleyway bridging 2 sets of buildings. And you see the men watch you walk down the alleyway, and they look in your direction, and then they seem to talk to one another, and then they continue walking. And
One of them hears a
disappear.
voice that says he dropped something.
Disappearing around the corner, you watch as one of them looks down at his shoes, and then looks to his companion, and they continue on. And Oriah says, "That was close. Those people work for the Vanthampurs."
Yeah, I had a feeling. I was hoping they would follow us this way. We could go ahead and take care of them.
I don't think.
All right, guys. I hate to say it. We're going to come back tonight.
It might be wiser. Is there a place we can hold up for now?
Hey, Horn, what do you got?
I know this perfect spot.
If you take us to another whorehouse, I'm going to kill you.
Horn doesn't do that kind of thing.
Horn always does that kind of thing.
And Raya just sort of looks at Horn, mortified, like stares him up and down, and she just goes, "How does that even work?"
Don't ask. He'll tell you.
You must be mistaken for another Horn, but I know the spot.
So as you're all conversing and standing, let's see. Alistair, suddenly you just hear him yell out, "Ow!" And as you see him turn around, someone diminutive in form is running away from all of you. And Alistair looks down and says, "The fucker stole my money!"
Crown of Madness on the guy.
Oh, Crown of Madness?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You cast Crown of Madness, and as this person is about to... You watch as this person suddenly stops, turns around...
Bring it back.
And waves his hand in front of them, and there's a shimmering effect as your spell fails,
Motherfucker.
seemingly dispelling whatever you were trying to cast on it. And you just watch as this diminutive form sort of looks at all of you, does a very strange salute, and then falls down into a manhole. And 3 other individuals rush forth from side alleyways, and all, one after another, drop into the manhole. And the manhole cover goes clink and closes. And Alistair is already walking in that direction.
Well,
I
open that man
want
cover before he pulls
blood!
it
Do
So
we
you're
go
in an
after?
alleyway.
And
Of course you can get your money stolen.
Let's go get it.
No, I don't want to do any of that.
Come on, Twinkle.
Go get money back then? Or, I thought we were on different mission.
Well, Alistair's on the way to get it, so I mean...
yeah, Alistair is already run down the alleyway. He's currently trying to pull the manhole cover up out of the ground.
Cool, have fun.
Warren will go help.
Okay. It's not too far away. You make it to the end of the alleyway where these 4 sets of buildings intersect, and this manhole cover is right smack dab in the middle of the alleyway. And it doesn't take you hardly anything to pull the manhole cover off. It's heavy, but it's heavy for most of you, but you're able to very easily pull it off.
Yeah, I couldn't pick it up at all.
Horn flexes a little bit.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
You and Alistair.
Natural 20, but minus
Damn.
1.
Alright. You take 8 fire damage as a fireball spell explodes from the bottom of the manhole cover as you lift it up, seemingly activating some sort of glyph. Let me roll for Alistair. Oh shit. Alistair takes the full brunt of that. And I believe that's... heck, we'll round down and say that's 9 damage for you, Horn. So you all just watch as this massive fireball erupts, shooting the manhole cover straight up into the air as it comes flipping end over end and impacts in the ground straight up and down and sinks into the cobblestone street about 6 inches and then just sticks there. You can just see now the bottom of it is completely scorched. No pun intended, scorched.
That was awesome.
Impressive, Horn.
I told y'all.
One strong. He flexes.
Alistair is patting himself. I'm on fire! I'm on fire! Oh! Why does this keep happening? And Alistair stands up, looks around at all of you, and says, well?
I'll take my Alistair extra crispy.
Okay.
Scorch is gonna go down to the manhole.
Okay. As you begin to descend into the sewers, you can see that the sewers just seem to extend off in multiple branches. You seem to be at some sort of crossroads within the sewers as you splosh down at the bottom of the rungs, which are stuck into the side of the stone carved tunnel. And looking at this crossroads, you can see that the tunnel, the sewer tunnel, seems to stretch off in those 4 different directions. And the stench is you can sense that it's heavy. The air is heavy in here, even though you can't breathe. Like, almost as if whatever oxygen which was down here seemed to be snuffed out momentarily from the effects of the spell as the glyph went off.
Scorch is going to cast light on himself and see if he can look down.
All right. As you cast
Can you see
light,
any sign of them?
you don't see anything to the north, east, or the western passages, but looking to the south, you can see now a trio of diminutive forms which seem to be running full speed, splashing in the sewer water.
How far away are they?
They're very far away. They're at least 30 yards away from Scorch right now. And Scorch, you can see now from holding your hand up with the light illuminating, you can just see now that there are strange glyphs carved into the walls of this southern tunnel, stretching off to the south. And it appears to be a repeating image over and over and over again, with some sort of script written below some of them.
1 moment. At 90 feet, I can cast Eldritch Blast up to 120. I'm launching 2 bolts.
You're not down there yet. Scorch is down there. Sorry. I know you want to kill everything, but you're not down there.
I don't know if Scorch is going to go down there or not.
Okay.
I'm going to roll an Arcana check to see if I know about those glyphs.
They appear to be some sort of carving that has been filled in with some sort of filigree, a golden filigree. And the gold, it almost feels like it's been splotched up there, and you can see like handprints, small handprints. And you get a sense that these are hastily drawn protective wards of some sort. And the glyphs appear to resemble that of what looks like a cylindrical shape with curving waves extending out on either side. It almost looks like a winged person.
Scorch is going to touch the glyph.
Okay. Nothing happens. The gold paint, whatever it is, comes off on your finger as you rub it in your hands. Seems like it was recently applied. In fact, it almost seems you see like some of the carvings look fresher than others.
Well then, if this one's not going off, Scorch is going to go down in that direction of the trio.
Okay. What about the rest of the group? Are you guys finally going down the... Alistair's already down there with you. He followed immediately afterwards. Raya is looking at you, Fathom. You guys are going down. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go down too.
As you all descend the ladder past the opening of the manhole cover where the fireball glyph trap went off, watching as your companions begin plodding off to the south, hearing the sounds of echoing of feet splashing in this ankle-deep sewer water, and you all begin to see now these illuminated glyphs all around this curved archway of a tunnel.
Did Raya follow us?
Raya is following you. And
right.
Raya looks, and she looks to all of you and then looks back and she says, "This was not here before." And then she looks again and she says, "It can't be."
What you thinking?
It's been a while since I read Infernal. But it says, "Beware the angel." over and over again. It says, beware of Zerial. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
I know that's not what you look like in real life.
Oh my gosh.
Hi,
That's
Sabrina.
exactly.
It's amazing what you can do in surgery now.
That's
Yeah.
Sabrina. You can see me. Sabrina, don't it look just like that?
We should convince Devin that it's you. The whole time.
I just want to
it's
see you
actually-
choke slam a prisoner like that.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever played a fighting game? Little Asian girls, badass in a fight. Street Fighter, all these games have told me that. You put me in a schoolgirl outfit and give me a katana, and I will fight a war.